Not a willing partner.
I was a partner with them where there were genuinely efforts against corruption. But mid-life of my government, I began to believe that corruption was more foreign-driven than an Afghan thing. That the way the contracts were issued to Afghans, the way the contracts were then subcontracted by the foreign donors, especially the US government, was the main source of major corruption. The petty corruption, the bribes and all that was ours.
So you own that?
It was part of our life. We absolutely own that. It was part of our life in the government systems, in the administration. We own that. But the huge corruption of millions of dollars that was entirely out of our power to control, that was entirely led and abetted by the donor countries, on top of which was the United States, in the way they conducted business, by offering contracts to individuals, by offering contracts to government officials, and by creating things like the private security firms that themselves led to more corruption and more insecurity. On that, not that I was not only not cooperating with them, but I suspected them of doing it. So I refused to acknowledge what they were doing as anti-corruption work. I saw it more as promoting corruption rather than working against corruption. In that sense, Mr. Sobko, when he says that I was not a partner, he is right. I was not a partner when I felt that corruption was being promoted, and especially when I felt that it had become a tool in their hands to weaken my government.
Do you take any blame at all for enabling it?
I do take blame for the petty corruption. That was my responsibility to fight it, for bribes. But I am one of those people who stood up against the big corruption and kept telling the US officials and government people that they must not do what they're doing.